It's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
President Trump just signed an executive order clearing the way for the sale of TikTok's U.S. operations. Here are 5 things to know. 1. The president's order declares that the framework deal to sell American operations of TikTok to U.S. investors meets the requirements of the 2024 law that otherwise would have banned the app in the United States. A final deal would still require China sign-off and regulatory approval, but the executive order would allow the investors to finalize documents.
So this is interesting because I had a very good talk with President Xi. I have a lot of respect for him. Hopefully he has a lot of respect for me too. And we talked about TikTok and other things, but we talked about TikTok, and he gave us the go-ahead. You know, it's run by American investors and American companies, great ones, great investors, the biggest. You don't get bigger, I don't imagine.
2. U.S. operations would be run by a new joint venture company. Cloud computer giant Oracle would have a roughly 80% stake. Private equity firm Silver Lake, venture capital company Andreessen Horowitz, and existing U.S. investors of ByteDance would also be involved. Now, the U.S. government, however, will reportedly not have a stake in the company. But ByteDance, TikTok's current owner, would own stock and retain 1 seat on the board. Now, that person, however, would be excluded from TikTok's security committee. 3. Under the deal, TikTok's algorithm would be leased to the U.S. company. Oracle would then replicate the algorithm for U.S.-based users and manage how American data is being used and stored. 4. This was all prompted by national...
Wait, because that is a big one. The algorithm. Okay, this is the thing. Some people built their algorithm brick by brick, okay? TikTok by TikTok. All that algorithm stuff is out the window. You are now going to have an American propaganda algorithm. And they're gonna touch more on this in another story. But I just want to tell y'all, if they control the algorithm, what do you think they're going to do? I don't see no Chinese propaganda on my TikTok. I don't see no Russian propaganda on my TikTok. And what I do see is a lot of left wing, right wing. But what I do, this is what I tell you. This is how I know the algorithm is screwed. Because even when I look for right wing, conservative views on certain subjects, they won't give me what I need. I got to go digging deep. They only show me left wing, liberal, democratic views on any situation. And it's kind of disheartening when I'm looking for this stuff, because it's how the algorithm is built. And I just really started digging into politics on TikTok. I don't really go to TikTok for politics, but I go for clips. I want to see what everyone is talking about. I see something on the news, I say, okay, let me find where everybody's talking. Let me find the different viewpoints. Let me find some content creators who are talking about this, and let me get the clips and let's put it all together. And the algorithm won't show it to you. So what do you think is going to happen when Donald Trump doesn't want these Democrats or liberal content creators' voices to be heard? What do you think is going to happen when he can push on Oracle? He can push them and their algorithm. Hey, if y'all want this federal funding, I need y'all to push more conservative. They're going to program us. They're going to reprogram everything. Just watch. Just wait and see. When y'all have to, because this TikTok that we watch now, if you have it, is going away. And you will have to download the new Americanized TikTok. And you will see how far right-wing all of our content becomes. Just watch.
Security concerns over the fact that TikTok's parent company is Chinese and potentially vulnerable to manipulation by Chinese authorities. While TikTok has denied ties to the Chinese government, Congress banned the app from government-issued devices with bipartisan support in 2020.
And that's what I'm saying. If they think that the Chinese are doing it, what do you think they're going to do? What do you think the government will do?
2022. And then in 2024, Congress banned the app in the U.S. unless ByteDance sold the company to a non-Chinese buyer. President Trump, who previously supported the idea of a TikTok ban, has extended the 90-day deadline for the sale 3 times. The most recent ban was set to expire in mid-September.
The U.S. company will have control over how the algorithm pushes content to users. The most important thing is that it does protect Americans' data security. It ensures TikTok is still accessible. And on this question of the algorithm, which we've heard this a lot, what this deal ensures is that the American entity and the American investors will actually control the algorithm. We don't want this used as a propaganda tool by any foreign government. We want to make sure that our people and our investors actually make these decisions based on what's good for their business as opposed to what's good for another government's propaganda arm. So that's what we've done with this deal. I think it's very good for the American people. And as the president said, young people love this. We actually want everybody to access this, whether they're MAGA or not. We just want it to be fair. We want it to be fair to everybody, and we think that's what's going to happen with this new arrangement.
So, Mr. President and Mr. Vice President, the U.S. company could change the algorithm to push different content? Is that...
The U.S. company will have control over how the algorithm pushes content to users, and that was a very important part of it. We thought it was necessary for the national security element of the law. We also just think it's important to protect American users. Again, we want users to use this platform the way they want to. We want the business to make decisions about content based on the interests of the business and based on the interests of the users, and that's what we think will happen with this new arrangement.
And they're paying a lot of money, and I think hopefully it's going to be a great deal. They're very sophisticated people. You'll see a list. Have you seen a list yet of the people? Well, you've been reading about it.
The U.S.
Oh, so who do y'all think? Who do y'all think they will favor? Do you think they will favor the American people, or do you think they will favor the powers that be? That's a question that you must ask yourself. You know, one day, you know, there will be another. There will definitely be another president. Congress may shift to favor Democrats, where there's more Democrats than there are Republicans. And would y'all want the person in control to change? Oh, they had it more conservative. Let's change the algorithms to show more liberal. They're no longer in power. We don't want to let the user pick who they want to see. We need to change the algorithm for who we want to see, who we want them to see. They said they're going to control what content goes out. So that actually means the content creators. You're gonna dumb down people's views who are on a more liberal side to show more conservative views. Y'all think that this is free. TikTok is not going to be the same. TikTok will not be the same once this change goes in effect.
Under the terms of this deal, TikTok will be owned by a majority of American investors and controlled by a board of directors with extensive national security and cybersecurity credentials. In partnership with the U.S. government, Oracle will serve as TikTok's trusted security provider, and they will independently monitor the safety and data security of all U.S. user data on TikTok's platform. Americans' data will be stored securely in the United States without access from China. All U.S. user data will be stored on servers operated by Oracle in the United States, protected from surveillance or interference by foreign adversaries. And the algorithm, I know this is a question many of you have had, will be secured, retrained, and operated in the United States outside of ByteDance's control. And TikTok will remain globally interoperable, meaning TikTok users in the U.S. will be able to see videos posted by users in other countries and vice versa. Under the terms of this deal, TikTok will...
I mean, that's basically what it does now. Maybe I missed Chinese TikTok because I haven't yet to see one Chinese TikTok. I remember there was an app called Red that everybody was trying to get, and then there was warnings about joining Red because it was Chinese propaganda. It was basically Chinese people who could speak English telling American users to join them and joined that platform. Now that seemed like some propaganda, but that was also because TikTok was banned. So people was downloading Red. I didn't download it. I thought it was a load of crap. I was like, I don't want nothing similar to that. But turns out it was a scam. Dude, it's TikTok. TikTok used to be Musically. Musically, my kids used to send me Musically videos a long time ago, long time ago. And they used to do these dances and singing songs. And they used to, Daddy, look at my new video. And they used to have like the colors and all that stuff. And you know, I used to, yeah, but my kids can't dance. They can't dance at all. But I used to, oh girl, you look good. I love that dance move. Show me that dance move again. Anyway, don't judge me. I'm a parent. I boost my kids up even if they terrible. Okay, but fact is, when it turned to TikTok and I went to download it, I was like, damn, I already got this. How did I download TikTok? Because it was already in my cloud. And then when I downloaded it, and then all my daughter's videos popped up, and I was like, oh, this what that was. Crazy, right? It wasn't no problem then. It was not a problem then. So I don't know how TikTok all of a sudden became a problem, but whatever.
The app you are on right now is going to be shut down by December 17th. TikTok, the app, is dead. At least this app is dead. Current users of the app will be asked to shift to a new app, which TikTok has been built and testing. This is going to act separate from the algorithm from the global app, and the facility will be in Texas. And the new owners will be Oracle, Silver Lake, Anderson Horowitz. They will own 80%. They're going to create a new entity and own 80%. And then the 20% will be ByteDance, which people consider China. That follows basically the law that... More details on this is going to be released on Friday when President Xi and Trump announce it. You know that this has so much to do with the tariffs, Trump's tariffs, and alleviating a lot of the tariffs from China. And I'm sure that they will all be announced on Friday, if they make it to Friday, because Trump has walked away from this deal a few times.
Nobody would have told me 10 years ago, or even during the pandemic, that we would be using TikTok as a using TikTok of all things as a chess piece to lower tariffs for China. Imagine that, TikTok being the one thing that lowers tariffs from China. Crazy.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as quick as 1 week.